Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to OET Medical, our online YouTube video channel, recently formed. My name is Trevor Gordon, and this series of videos is going to focus on reading, the reading part of the test. So we're going to look at part A today and walk you through some of the things that you need to do and some tips and techniques to follow. So let's continue, let's begin. So the reading exam consists of purely medical texts. This is where it differs from the IELTS, but the same skills are used. Skimming, scanning, intensive reading, context reading, all of those will be used, just the same as in IELTS. Okay, so in this and subsequent videos in the reading section, we're going to cover some common techniques, provide tips how to answer, etc. When you're watching the video, you can read this. I don't want to read every little bit because it will just make the video too long. So we'll begin with the first section of part A. As you know, the exam is split into parts A, B and C. So we're going to split part A into two sections. The first set of questions rely on 4 different texts. The texts are just called text A, B, C and D. They all have titles and they're all medically related. So what you have to do here is basically just read the text, and then you have to match the headings or the sentences with the text A, B, C or D. Okay, so as it says at the bottom, keywords will be your biggest ally: friend, help, assistant. So the first thing you need to do is to decide which method suits you. The only way to really know this is to practice both methods. What do I mean by methods? What I mean is, do you read the text first or do you read the questions first? Both of them are fine, and you should do whichever one you feel more comfortable with. As a suggestion, I would suggest that you skim the text first, because that way you'll have an understanding of what the texts are about, and then you can match the questions to the text rather than doing it the other way round. But as I mentioned earlier, some people prefer to do it that way. It's a matter of choice. So, again, reiterating, keywords is the clue, is the key, sorry. Use the keywords, match the keywords with the text. So we're just going to do an example, walk you through it. So questions 1 to 7, you will get a series of sentences or questions. More often than not, they're questions, as you can see. Now, once you've read the text, once you've read the text, you will see that you have to match the keywords. What I've done here is I've done it in the opposite way, because the texts take up more space and they're longer, so I've quickly showed you how the questions will present themselves. So you've got to decide if the information in each one of these comes from text A, text B, text C or D. So I've put keywords: procedures for delivering pain relief. Pain relief could also be a keyword. Again, keywords are a matter of choice, but for me, you should highlight the things that you're likely to see in the text. That's a skill that you develop. A procedure: splinting a fractured limb, assessing, recording. Terms: different types of fractures. Practitioners: analgesia, tricky. Checking an injury, fractures, cause. So these are the keywords that I've underlined, which I think I will be able to see, or see synonyms of them in the text. So The text will look different to this. I've just put them on the video on my presentation. I've outlined them this way, but the text will look different to this. And again, I've highlighted the main features, the definitions. The first text is about fractures, dislocations and sprains. Now you want to know what the definition is, so the idea is what they mean. Text B, simple fracture of limbs. Remember, always look at the headings so you know what it's about. So here we have immediate management, assessment. These are the key words. Check, management. There's a lot of text here, so you can't read all the text. You're not supposed to read all the text. You read the section headings so you know where to look for that information. Text C is a chart. As you can see, it's about drugs, administering drugs, and it gives you various other types of information here. Drug therapy protocols and dosage, recommended dosage, plus all the information here. This is very clear. And text D, techniques for plaster back slab, arm fracture, same for legs. So it's talking about arms and leg fractures. Keywords that I've measured here, so I've taken note of: instructions, measure, wrap, measure, immerse, fold, ensure, mold. Do not, negative, do not do this. Apply pressure, wrap. So you can see all of these things are instructional words. You can't read everything, it takes too long. So this is what you're going to be doing. Also, you can look for things like here, stockingette, distal forearm, medical words that you will know. I don't know these words because I'm not a medical person, but you will know them. Crepe bandage, bony prominences, so you will know these. This is where your skill comes in. Okay, so after reading the text of marking the keywords, you're now ready to look at the questions. So the same technique applies. Mark the keywords in both. Yes, both the text and in the questions. So question 1, if you remember, question 1 talked about procedures for pain relief. Associated vocabulary, i.e. keywords, could be medicine, dosage, milligrams, milliliters, names of the drugs, drug and administration. If we scan the text, we know that C contains this kind of information. If you go back to C, you will see that all this information is in text C. So our answer is more likely to be text C, but just as a check, what you should also do is use your powers of elimination. We know that text A is about definitions. What is a fracture? What is a sprain? What is a dislocation? So it's not there. Text B is about management of fractures. Yes, there could be information about drugs to give, but fractures is about setting. It's not about giving drugs. So it's probably not going to be about there. D is about procedures and techniques. So it's not going to be about that. So text C is the only possible choice. So if you're not sure of an answer, do the elimination. If you're 100% sure and it looks very obvious, mark your answer. Question 2. What is the procedure to follow when splinting a fractured limb? So technique, procedure, synonym. Arm fractures, leg fractures. Arms and legs are limbs. So there we've got limb, fracture. Procedure instructions, fold, measure, wrap, immerse, etc. All of these we found in D. Measure, fold, wrap, immerse. So you don't actually have to read through the text to know this. This is the skill that you're practicing, jumping back and forth between the text and the questions to see where the information, where it matches. And of course, synonyms are vitally important, just as they are in IELTS. So you can download the documents from our website and complete questions 3 to 7. There will be a link in this video or after this video underneath it, whatever, but there will be a link for you to go to our website and download the paper so you can answer all of the questions, the other 5 questions. One thing you need to be aware of is that you need to practice these skills. Doing it once or twice does not mean you can do it well. From my experience as a teacher, this is something that's very common. Students do this once or twice and think, I know how to do it, that's enough. No, it's not. You have to do it consistently and make sure that you consistently score well to know that on the day of the examination you will score well because you've followed the techniques and you've practiced. And again, for question 2, we follow a process of elimination, which was demonstrated on the previous question. So that's just really covering that. Okay, so this is the end of this part of the video. In our next reading lesson, we're going to look at the next section of reading part A. Please visit our channel. More videos are being added all the time. If you want to know when a video is going to be added, then please subscribe and you will get notification each time a video is added. Also, you can visit our website at oetmedical.co.uk, and also there's plenty of material there, and you can also book classes with myself and another OET teacher. So once again, thank you for your time.